the Combat Training Center in Maddow. It was about a 10-minute chopper ride in Black Hawk over here with General May to come see this site. Now, as of about mid-July, about 3,500 troops that were with the 2nd Brigade, 10th Mountain Division left here. And what remains here, U.S., is about roughly 290, between 250 300 U.S. forces who are here at Basmaya. There's a forward operating base here within the Basmaya complex. There are about 750 Iraqi forces here. So what we're here to see is what the mission in Iraq looks like post-Operation Iraqi Freedom in Operation New Dawn, what training and assistance really looks like, with the important issue of the weapon systems that Iraqis have bought. The Iraqi government has bought billions and billions of dollars worth of U.S. weapon systems. Part of the continuing U.S. role is teaching them how to train on those weapon systems, how to maintain those weapon systems, and it raises some interesting questions about what the ongoing role is going to be for Americans who are still here. In terms of what this training center is doing, obviously you're training Iraqis to train other Iraqis. Right now it's both U.S. uniformed military personnel. There's also contractors here. Is the idea that that balance changes gradually over time to become a more all-Iraqi operation?
Absolutely.
It does? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you could see today, I mean, they're there. It's about contractors just continuing to provide the advice. You see the U.S. advisors that are mentoring as well. Because one of the things that's really important is we understand the fact that in December of 2011, we're going to be leaving.
Yeah.
So there's a real sense of urgency right now to be able to do as much as we can to help them. But again, it's amazing to see that the progress they're making and how quickly they're catching on.
Do you think that deadline does create a manifest sense of urgency? The fact that that deadline is there makes stuff happen that wouldn't otherwise happen if it was an indefinite?
Well, I don't know that I could really speculate on that, because the fact of the matter is our nature is just a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose to get things done. But really the heart of the matter is seeing the Iraqis doing it and catching on quickly, and because they understand what's at stake.
Yeah.
They
and
understand.
That you're leaving.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Up, and then just make sure you're grabbing a hold of either the hatch.
It's one of those things I feel like I feel myself making a mistake and I can't stop myself. That's what it feels like.
Obviously, you got to get contact with us. When you're ready to shot, when you're ready to fire, just announce on the way.
When I'm ready to fire, say again.
When you're ready to fire, keep your hand depressed on the Maddow's control handle. You'll keep the hand depressed, and you'll use your right trigger finger to pull the trigger, just like you did when you were shooting the bullet.
Okay. Back the fellow.
You make sure that the reticle is in the center of the target. Roger.
Roger. I think it's good. So I hold down the power and then hit the trigger.
So when you pull the trigger, announce on the way.
Captain Hassan, you ready?
Yes.
Up!
Ready? Good. Hey! Sounded good.
Well done. Congratulations.
No, I realized that my bad aiming was being overridden by the ghost in the machine, but I really appreciate it. It did wonders for my ego.
No, you did well.
Yeah, well, you know, it gives you an appreciation of the power of armor. The power of this type of
well said.
Yeah, this
it's quite capable.
Having the power as a nation state to point this sort of thing.
Yeah.
That what you're ordered to point it at is awe-inspiring.
Yeah. Well, the hope is it's all for defensive purposes. I mean, that's really what we're trying to work with the Iraqis, because they want that conventional capability, you know, to provide for the defense of their nations.
After he showed me the sights and sounds of Kabul and Afghanistan, I was convinced that NBC's chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel was the best of tour guides and the worst of tour guides. After now experiencing Richard's tour of Baghdad, I am more convinced of that than ever. Wait till you see the part of the tour that involves the live fish on the street. Please stick around.